FlossTube, it's Paula. Welcome to my channel, Stitching in High Heels. If you're new, I'm glad you stopped by. I hope you like what you see, and I hope you'll come back. I hope you'll click the subscribe button, the like button. Leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys, whether it's, something that I can improve, something you'd like to see, or just to say hi. Sorry, I'm still getting over a little bit of whatever cold is going around here. So this video is really a huge change of plans. I had all intentions of getting together a planning video and a whip parade for the end of the year, and then my husband and I both caught whatever cold's been going around, and up until about yesterday I couldn't really talk for more than 2 sentences without having a lot of coughing. So here we are, and I decided to change things up, and I'm going to do my plans in 2 parts. I'm participating in WIPGO this year for the first time. First time I've had the chance because I'm done with school, don't have to worry about any of that. And I jumped into the deep end of the pool. I've got 3 WIPGO boards, one which is for regular whips or works in progress if you're new, and also, if you're new, WIPGO is the creation of Jessie Marie Does Stuff, and it's like a WIPGO board. 2 numbers are called, or excuse me, it's like a bingo board. 2 numbers are called at the beginning of every month, and those are the projects that you work on to meet whatever goals you've set for yourself. As she's fond of saying, your board, your rules. There's a Facebook page. I'll link it below if you want information on it. It's open all year round. There's no cutoff. It's a great resource, lots of great inspiration there, and it's a lot of fun. And I've been watching people participate for the last couple of years, and I finally had the opportunity to do it myself. So I have 3 boards, 2 of which we're going to talk about today. One is for finishing a whole lot of ornaments that have been sitting in a box for a long time. One is for stitching new ornaments that I've had ornament cuts for a very long time. And the other one is the traditional works in progress, which I will talk about in another video with my full whip parade, because I think I've got 31 works in progress pieces on the go, and there's 25 slots in a bingo board. So it's almost the whole thing. We'll just do the whip parade and 3rd WIPGO board then. I'm also participating in Bringo, which is a bingo type challenge over on the monthly magazine Cross Stitch group that's run by Carolyn Zook and Robin, I forget Robin's channel name, but Carolyn is C Zook Stitches. That's another Facebook group. I'll link it there, and that's a fun, they do twice a year, they do bingo style challenges. In January they do what they call Bringo, winter. And in September they do AB Singo for back to school. But pretty much they give you prompts, you fill in pieces that you want to work on, load it into a bingo style board with 25 pieces or 25 spots. They call 1 number a day, you work on it. Their goal is 100 stitches on each project. You can set your goals differently. And we're in day 3 of that. So they call numbers January 1st through 25th, and then you have the last 6 days of the month to catch up to see if you can meet your goals. So far, knock on wood, I'm doing well with that, but I'll discuss that in another video as well. Also, I'm doing this on a break from work, so you get work from home, Paula. And I don't have a ton of time to make this a hugely long video. So the first thing I want to show you, though, is another part of why I did not get my whole big video done, which I had thought I could do on Monday. Aside from the coughing, I was cleaning out a corner of my craft room, and I found a couple of pieces that I had stitched back in, well, this one is back in 2002, that I had never done anything with, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with these pieces. They're not necessarily, this particular one isn't anything that I have a way to display. I kind of just stitched it even then because I like the design and I like the statement. So I have a I have a good friend who does dog grooming and dog training, and I thought this would be perfect for her, and I finished this piece into a tote bag. I do apologize. I know it came from a book, probably a Jeanette Cruz book. I don't know the name. I don't know anything else about it other than I dated it when I finished it, so I know I finished it in 2002. And so I used a tutorial from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, which I will link below, and I put it onto a basic tote bag. So the fabric that I used all came from Joanne Fabrics. So here's the outside, and here is the piece. Sorry, having trouble getting it into the screen there. And here's, so it's came out a little bigger than the bag that Elizabeth Ann created because I wanted it to accommodate the size of this piece. So this is about 17 inches square, almost 18, I think. So here's the outside fabric, basic tan, different color bones. And here is the inside, which is dachshunds and sweaters. And my friend, she for a long time trained dachshunds and showed them in obedience work. Let's see if I can show you a piece of that there. So there's that fabric. And then I also added a pocket on the inside here with another contrasting fabric. Gosh, this is hard to show, isn't it? Yeah, so I added a pocket here on the inside, and that same fabric I used to line the handles there. So I'm really pleased with how this came out, especially since if you see these corners, they're called boxed corners. I've never done them before. I'd never done a pocket before. That came from a different tutorial. I'll try to find that, but it was easy enough to do. And actually, it's been quite a while since I really sewed anything other than a small pillow finish. And I'm really pleased. One more piece. Maybe that'll be my cover shot here. I'm really pleased with how this came out. So I'll be gifting that to her later this week, and I wanted to share it with you guys without having to do a completely separate video. So without further ado, one of my WIPGO boards, and I'm going to have notes, so I apologize, just to make sure I get you the right information on these pieces. So one of my WIPGO boards is to finish off a whole lot of ornaments that I've had sitting around for a while. So I'm just going to go through these, and then I'll tell you which two were called for this month. I think I can see there. So this first one is, it's kind of hard, this light is blowing everything out. This is Blue Snowman by the Little Stitcher. It's from the Just Cross Stitch ornament issue from 2016. I only know this is stitched on 32 count Lugana in the color pewter from Pictures Plus because the tag is still on the piece. And on the other side of that, I stitched this, which is called, I believe this is Hope Tree, and I believe the designer is Rosewood Manor. I couldn't find it, and I'm not sure if this was a freebie from Karen or what it was, but I'm almost positive that it was her design. So I did make a few changes, changed out a few threads. I'm not sure if these road stitches, I'm not sure if the road stitches that are on there, if they were on the chart or if I changed them out. I think I stitched it, well, you can see the date on it. I stitched it in 2020. So I didn't take good notes, and I don't really remember what I did. The next ornament is a freebie from Victoria Sampler. And I haven't ironed any of this. They've been sitting in a box for a whole lot of time. So there's that. It's on a white fabric with a lot of white hardanger and light green accents, so it might have been kind of hard to see. Next up is Poinsettia Pocket Ornament from that's 2005, just cross-stitch ornament issue by Samplers and such. This is on a piece of probably Lugana or Jobelin with gold threads through it, and it's stitched with Krynic. It's really sparkly and I love it. The model was finished into a bag, and I don't know that I'm going to do that. I might just finish this as an ornament. We'll see when the time comes. Part of why I'm doing this is because I'll pull these out and I'll look at them, and there's so many of them I just get completely overwhelmed and put them all back before I start anything. So I kind of figured if I have 2 to work on a month, it'll be less intimidating. I'll work on those 2 and then go on to the next month. So the next one is, this is Guiding Star by Threaded Dreams Studio, and it's from the 2020 Just Cross Stitch Ornament issue. This one I did a DMC conversion. I know it was called for in silks, and it's on a piece of white and silver Lugana Jobelin, I don't know, something I had in my stash. And then on the other side of that is Silver Blue Christmas by Art Mishka Cross Stitch, and it's from the 2020 Just Cross Stitch Ornament issue. Again, it's on that white with silver, and I love blue for Christmas. I have a really good idea on how to finish this. I need to just sit down and do it. It's an idea that Vanna Pfeiffer has on her, I don't think it's on her tutorial blog. I think it's on her YouTube channel, but I will share that with you when I pull this out and get started. Next up is Hot Chocolate. And this is from Little House Needleworks. It's stitched on some sort of a gingham linen, kind of a green and natural color. Not sure what count or anything like that. Again, this is something I had in my stash. And then we have Baked Goods, also by Little House Needleworks. Oops, sorry about that, guys. And I know the light's wonky in here. I'm having to do this, not doing this in my normal spot, and the overhead light is a little bright. I'm doing this in my office, like I said, my home office, like I said, on a break from work. So this one is Peppermint. This is also by Little House Needleworks, and I forget exactly where it goes on here, but I have a little candy cane button that goes on here. And this one has been called for this month. It's one of the WIPGO calls for this month. So I'll be finishing this one. I've got some good ideas. Maybe this weekend I'll get to sit down and spend some time finishing that one. This is, oh, bear with me while I look at my notes, Blue Christmas by Blackwork Journey, and this is also from the 2020 Just Cross Stitch Ornament. Of course, in November and December of 2020, we weren't doing a lot, and there was quite a bit of stitching time available. It's traditionally a quiet time for me at work, so when I was working on there were conference calls and stuff, and I was working from home, I could stitch while that was all going on. This is Silent Night. This is another Little House Needleworks ornament, and I just love the blues in this. This one will be fun to finish. And on the other side of that is Gingerbread Street, another Little House Needleworks ornament. So this fabric isn't showing up real great. It's like a mottled blue beige. This is an old Silk Weaver Solo, I believe, if I remember correctly. Again, a lot of this is just stitched on pieces of fabric and such from stash. This is the Nordic Reflections ornament by the Nordic Needle. It's from the 2005 ornament issue. This one I know I bought special fabric for, and this is pretty. This will be another one that'll be fun to finish. Here is Christmas, The Heart of Christmas, and this is by Charlotte's Needlework. This is from the 2004 Just Cross Stitch ornament issue. And you can see it's all words there. Hopefully it'll focus pretty well. But that's pretty. I love the deep reds and greens in that. This ornament, all I know is it's an ink circles ornament and needs to be ironed desperately. I don't remember if this was just an exclusive kit on Tracy's webpage. I'm not sure where this came from. I don't believe it was an ornament issue. And I know I bought the fabric and the threads together. So I don't know what the exact name of it is. Again, I just know it's by Tracy Horner of Ink Circles. This is another ornament called Silent Night, and this one is by Indigo Rose. And I know there's a coordinating one in another one of the just cross stitch issues, which I wanted to stitch. I don't know if it's Holy Night, but it's very similar layout. It's a companion. This one's from 2004. It's not focusing real well. This is the Hardanger Snowflake ornament by Debbie's Designs. This one is also from the 2004 just cross stitch. And this one, oh, sorry, dog just walked in and shook you. I'm not sure if I used the recommended threads for this one or not. I don't remember what it was called for, but it's fun, and it'll be fun to finish. This is just called Christmas Ornament. Sorry, I have to keep looking at my notes. Christmas Ornament 2004, and this is by Periwinkle Promises. This was a fun stitch using I used a specialty thread. I think this was a Threadworks thread. So, and that's from the 2004 just cross stitch ornament issue. This is by Twisted Oaks, and it's from the 2005 ornament issue, and it's called Christmas Tree. So, and it's on a opalescent piece of opalescent, probably Belfast. Doesn't look big enough to be a cashel. So, and most of these, I apologize, I don't know if I made changes to the threads. I don't remember. They've been, a lot of them have been stitched since the year they came out. So this one's cute, and I've been wanting to finish this one for a long time. I'll be happy to get him done. This is Penguin Hugs by Paw Printing's Designs, and it's from the 2004 ornament issue. So he's got those little charms, and the border is Krynic, so it sparkles a little bit. I know it's not showing up real well here. A couple more Little House Needleworks ornaments. This is Tweet. And I know none of these are really stitched on the called for stuff. This is all from my stash, although I think I might have bought the threads. And this one, I have it labeled as a dog walk. I think this is Bringing Home Christmas. This is another Little House ornament. But I stitched it, of course, because there's the girl with the dog. So. This is by Full Circle Designs, and it was in the 2005 just cross stitch issue, and it's called A Christmas Blessing. This is another one that I really like. I'm not sure why I never finished it. I mean, realistically, I really like all these, right? Isn't this like a whip parade when we say, oh, I just love this one and I got to get back to it? So, two more Little House Needleworks. This is All Is Calm, and that's blowing out the fabric. Let's see. There you can see it's kind of a green. This is Heritage, and it's a 32 count Belfast. And I have the tag on it, which I'll get out of the way here. And this is just salt. I think this is just called Salt Boxes, or maybe it's Salt Box Village. This is a Little House Needleworks, another Little House Needleworks, and it's on that same Heritage, which is a real pretty dusty green. And then, in case I either get really ambitious and get all of those finished, or find some that I just can't get inspired to do, I've got two alternates that are already stitched. This is the Christmas Chickadee by Kitty and Me Designs, and that was from the 2021 just cross stitch ornament, and this is just lovely. I love Kitty and Me and their shading. And And the last one that I have that's already done is Pine Tree Inn, and this is a country cottage needleworks. So that'll be a fun finish too. I'm not sure quite what I'll do with that. So, and that's kind of where I get stalled. You know, I look at the fact that there's 27 of these, and you know, I don't want to get into, you know, I don't want to do them all as flat folds and have them all come out the same. I feel like I'd almost get into a rut with finishing them. So that's why I'm thinking that, you know, if I break it up and do a couple at a time, that should be good. So in theory, I would have all of my ornaments finished, and I would have 25 FFO'd ornaments. Sorry, my neck has been bothering me, so I'm trying to keep my collar up. So I sound like I'm falling apart. Sorry, guys. I kept telling my husband, I think it's been literally 4 years since I had a cold or anything, and I got so used to not being sick that I kind of forgot how miserable you can feel with just a plain old cold, right? But as I was saying, so in theory, I should not have any more ornaments to be finished, right? Well, I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot there, because as the same cleaning expedition where I found the piece that I put on the tote bag, I found a group of ornament cuts that I had bought for ornaments in older Just Cross Stitch Ornaments issues. They range from 2002 to 2005. I think it might have been Silkweaver that used to offer, you could buy small cuts of fabric for ornaments in the issues. And at the time I did it because I was like, well, you know, I won't have to cut into any of my big pieces of fabric because I generally tend to stitch bigger pieces. And I figured that would set me up and get me ready to stitch the ornaments that I really, really liked from those ornament issues. And in some cases it's worked. I've got several of those ornaments on the tree. You know, there are a few that called for, you know, like a pink fabric, something I wouldn't normally buy. And it was a great idea. And then I kind of stalled out because that's what we do as stitchers. We see a squirrel, we put it aside, out of sight, out of mind, maybe, I'm not sure. So, I have another WIPGO board, which is full of 25 ornaments from different Just Cross Stitch ornament issues that I'm going to stitch, and that will replace the ones that I have FFO'd. So what I thought I would do, in no particular order, I'm going to start with 2002. I'll show you the ornaments that I picked. And then I will tell you which ones were called for this month. Oh, and I forgot, the other ornament that was called to be finished this month is Bringing Home Christmas by Little House Needleworks, the one with the girl and the dog. So we'll go through my fabrics, I'll figure out exactly how I want to finish them, maybe come up with something a little different. Kind of excited to be a little creative and work on some of that. If you all saw my stash of finishing fabric, you'd wonder why in heaven's name this isn't done, because I certainly have way more options than I need. Maybe that's part of why I haven't done anything. But anyway, so let's start going through these ornaments. And excuse me, I got to change piles here and move things out of the way. And we'll start with the 2002. And unfortunately, in these older issues, they didn't put a good photograph on the page where the design is. So I'm going to have to go from the group photographs, and hopefully I can show you these well. The first one here is by the Sampler Works, and it's The Gift. And it's this one here. So I have fabrics for these. I haven't really looked at threads. And I'll use what's in my stash. 2024 for me is about really not adding to my collection and using what I do have, and enjoying that particular part of the process. Another one that I'm going to stitch, this is by Something in Common, and it's called Merry Mooseness. This one right here. I know at the point in time when this came out, I was visiting Maine quite frequently, and of course Maine does have moose. I never did see one in Maine. When my husband and I visited New Hampshire a few years ago, we saw a couple up close. We got some really cool pictures. They are absolutely huge. Let's see, next up, and I apologize for all the ums. This is Three Wise Men by Marie's Garden. And when this one gets called, this one's going to take a bit to stitch. So, I'm not holding myself to, let's see if I can, it's a dark fabric, so, and there's a little glare on the paper. I'm not holding myself to finish all these. I want to get a good start on them. It would be nice if I had them finished, but as long as I have a good start, I don't mind if they don't get completely finished for this year. WIPGO is definitely all about fun for me this year. I'm not putting pressure on myself. So, you know, what I get done, I get done. It's definitely more progress than I had at the beginning of the year, right? This is A Little Joy by Just Nan, and this is one that's called, and I started this one last night, so I can't really see it well, I don't think. This centerpiece is stitched over 1 on 32 count, and it goes into a little frame charm that I do have. I have all the supplies to do that. Fortunately, it's stitched with DMC and a couple of beads. So that shouldn't be too hard. I'm really not looking forward to the over 1 on 32 mostly because the piece of material is so tiny, I don't have any way to put it in any kind of a hoop. So I'm going to have to stitch it in hand, and I'm not good at that. I don't think my stitches look very good. Plus which over 1, the whole thing. But I'll figure it out. Hopefully I'll get it done. It's one that I've loved for a very long time. So that was all from 2002. Next up is 2003. And the first one from here is, what's the name of this? Bear with me here. It is Snow Puppy, and it's by Cross My Heart Designs, this one here. There's another one in another issue that's a bunny that I also like, but I thought the puppy was adorable. And that's the one that I bought the piece of fabric for. I'm not sure if the fabric size is the same. And here we're going to go with, what are we going with here? Oh, this is, bear with me, sorry. Forget Me Not and Stitches, Nativity Knot. So this one, right here, this one, I had a piece of fabric that I bought for something else that I'm not going to do. So I just picked something that I liked right now that will fit on the fabric. And we're going to use that one. Joy Needle Roll is by Jeanette Douglas, and she did a series of these. Sorry, it's right there in the crease. It's kind of hard to show you. She did a series of these. I have 2 of them on my tree already. I think Love and Peace are the 2 that I have. So this will join them. And this one's going to be really hard to show, but so there's 2 different colorways here. I don't, off the top of my head, I'm not sure which fabric I have, but this is Chickadee, what is it? Chickadee Ornament by the Victoria Sampler. Hopefully you can see that there. So there's that one. And that's the last one from the 2003 issue. We'll move on to 2004. And I'm sorry, guys, I know I'm going kind of quick, but I really need to get this in so I can get back to work and hopefully edit this later. And you know, as I'm going through these issues, there's a whole lot of other ornaments that I want to stitch, so hopefully I'll be using these more in the near future and getting some of these other ones done. First up from 2004 is Full Circle Designs, and it's Perfect Gifts, which is this one right there. And my dog is now snoring. I apologize if you can hear her. I know people have heard her on conference calls before. She's a 13-year-old Australian Shepherd, and as far as I'm concerned, being 13 allows her to sleep whenever she wants to. She believes that too. Next up is Needle Play Needlework Designs Joy of the Holidays. Right here, a little bit of hard hanger, some really pretty red and green. This page I stitched, what did I stitch? 1, 2, 3. I stitched 4 other designs from this page that are already, well, a couple of them you saw that they're finished, and I've got a couple of them on the tree already. And then Victoria Sampler also did a cardinal snowflake ornament, which is this one here. So that'll be fun. And they're not really big. They look a lot more involved than they actually are, so I'm really looking forward to stitching them. Both of the Victoria Sampler ones. This is Never Too Big by Dragon Dreams Designs. I really miss Dragon Dreams. She had some really cute dragons. And they're great for ornaments and that kind of thing. I have one of her bigger pieces that may find its way onto a tote bag. I had initially thought I would put it in my bathroom, but it's very, very pink and girly. And now that I live with my husband, I wasn't married when I stitched it, might be kind of difficult for him to swallow in the bathroom. But he's good about it, so maybe he will. Next up is Merry Christmas Bell Pull Ornament by the Sweetheart Tree. I think that's just beautiful. And that should be a really fun stitch. I think they didn't do it on banding. It looks like it there, but the fabric that I have is not banding. And let's see, one more from here. This is by Julia Lucas, I believe. It's Peace on Earth. Let me take that off there. Really pretty. She did a whole series of these, and I would like to stitch them all. For some reason, this is the only one I bought fabric for, though. But I certainly have blue fabrics in my stash or other fabrics that'll work. So, I'll leave these marked. And the last issue here is 2005. The first one up is Christmas Penny Bag by Challente Designs. They show this finished two ways. The first, they have it finished in a bag, which is hard to show you there. And that's cute, and it might be a cute little different kind of an ornament. And then here it is as a frame style ornament in a little square frame. So we'll see what I decide to do with that. That little frame is pretty. Got a while since I haven't stitched it yet, and then we can figure that out. Next up is this is Elizabeth's Designs, and it's Oh Christmas Tree, and this one's going to be really tough to show you. It's right down here, kind of in the binding of the magazine, but it's, yeah, I'm not going to be able to show you that one. It's a sweet little Christmas tree, but the binding is really in a bad place on this one. Then we have Holly and Hardanger from the Sweetheart Tree. Another one kind of near the binding, but it's a bigger ornament, so I can show you most of it here. And it's a circle, it's pretty symmetrical, but right here. Sorry about that, guys. That's the bad part about these big picture spreads without having pictures on the individual pages. I have another Kitty and Me Designs. This is Blackwork Christmas Rose. That one will be pretty. Probably another one that'll take a little bit, like the Three Wise Men, because the shading in that rose is just exquisite. That'll be fun. Oh, and the other one I'm doing this is called 2005 Ornament by Water's Edge. I just like that it's got some different colors in it, some softer colors. So that's pretty. This next one is from Lynn's Prints, and it's Outside My Window. So really pretty branch with some cardinals on it, or red birds. So my tree right now is mostly handmade ornaments, and I have birds on it. For some reason, I just adore having birds on my Christmas tree. And I've got all different sizes, and every time I see one that's interesting, I pick them up. And then I've got 3 from this last page. 1, 2, 3, no, 4 from this last page. So the first 2 are Molly to the Rescue, and this is by Mosey and Me Designs. There we go. And I had a dog named Molly at the time this came out. She was not black, but because of the name, and I think that's a cute design. I'll probably leave the dog in this black, or I might change it to black and white because we had a dog named Zoe who kind of had that expression on her face frequently. Then there's Paws Off, Santa's Snacks. That's another Dragon Dreams. This was another one that's called, and I actually finished this one on my 911 shift last night. It was a pretty quick and easy stitch. And the last two are, let me see what they're called here. Decked Out for Christmas by Vermilion Stitchery. So that one's going to be a lot of work. That one probably won't be a finish this year, but I do enjoy it. And then this one is, the last one is Britty Christmas Kitty by Britter Cup Designs. So it should be a fairly quick stitch, but I love that ornament finish, and I hope they give instructions on it, because I think that's probably what called me to it, was that style of an ornament finish. So, depending on how things go, I'm going to replenish my bin of ornaments to be finished, which is okay. Some of them may be FFO'd before the end of the year, some of them may not. So, like I said, I'm doing Bringo. The call for today is to stitch on something sparkly. I'm going to be starting a small piece for an artist trading card swap that Laura from Stitching by the Shore is doing. She has a Facebook group also called Laura Stitching by the Shore, and her FlossTube channel is Stitching by the Shore. You can get all the details from her there. It's open to anyone to participate in. You don't have to be on Facebook. You can reach out to her via Gmail or Instagram. And it's just a fun exchange. We did one in the fall last year, and the creativity is just absolutely amazing. And I got some lovely cards back. I sent 2 in, I got 2 back. So if you're interested in all, if that sounds like anything interesting, I will try to find the episode that Laura has with the details, link that below, or definitely check out her Facebook page if you're on Facebook. Again, it's Laura Stitching by the Shore. I'll try to link the group down below. That's it for me. I'm going to cut this off, try to get back to work. I'd really much rather be messing with stitching. I'd really rather be stitching or crafting or whatever, but I'll get some stitching in tonight, hopefully. I have another shift at 911. This time of year is fairly peaceful. Any of you in any kind of public safety or emergency services work know that we don't use the Q word, even earlier in the day. Hopefully in between phone calls I'll get a good start on the piece that I want to do. I've got all my supplies pulled, I've got the chart set up, and that's ready to go. So that's it for me for now. I hope to be back soon. Maybe this weekend I'll get an actual whip parade and talk about my last WIPGO board. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you see. I'm going to try to get this up tonight. Can't wait to see you again. Again, please hit the like button if you like the video. Think about subscribing. Be more than happy to have you join me. Ring the bell so you know when I have new videos. And I'll talk to you soon. Love you.